You may wonder how the animals at the Cincinnati Zoo are coping with these kinds of temperatures. We sent meteorologist Scott Dimmich to find out. Scott joins us live from Avondale. Scott?
Brad, I'm one of many animals coping with the cold temperatures. I'm just one of many, and I was part of the penguin parade today. Poor Jeff Hirsch got the Anderson Ferry assignment. I got to do the penguin parade. Plus, I get to hang out with Thane Maynard of the Cincinnati Zoo.
Yeah, Scott, how are you, man?
Good afternoon. Now, you've been here a long time. Your crews are used to this, but the animals still need special care after all these years. What are your crews doing today to make sure all the animals from all over the world stay warm?
Absolutely. Well, we double up, so we, even overnight, have more staff on duty than we would have any other time of the year when it gets this cold. Partly to check on animals, a lot to check on our systems, so to make sure that the heat stays on, that the water still works, as just a precaution. Because you can imagine if in a building like, say, the insect building, the reptile house, where it's all cold-blooded animals, if that heat goes off, we're done. So we have to make sure that it's working, or also that we have backup as needed. In terms of the animals themselves, obviously the tropical animals go in early in the season. So the tropical primates, the tropical birds, well before it gets to be freezing, we say, all right, they're done for a while and they'll come back out when it's warm. The exception to that, of course, is the snow monkeys. They are not tropical. They're the northernmost primate other than humans, so they're outside, believe it or not. So some of our animals are used to the cold and stay out. Many of them are in. We give them extra food. We give them extra bedding. And we just make sure that they're safe and indoors. The other concern, of course, you're talking about mammals being cold, is the keepers and the others. Our team gets cold working outside, working on the grounds and everything. So
now, you've been at the zoo for over 30 years, because I grew up in Cincinnati.
Exactly.
I know that you've been at the zoo for over 30 years, and it's been a lot worse. We hit 24 below back in 1994, and you were here in the 70s at the zoo for some of those winters that we all remember.
I was indeed, and I'll tell you what, back then it was really something, because we didn't have many of the systems that we now have, where electronically we can check on buildings, make sure where they are, adjust the heat, etc. And so it was all hands on deck then, I'll tell you, because some of those times when there were big snows, the snow would drift to one side of an exhibit, and things like, you know, big birds, cranes and others would get right out of the exhibit and start running around the zoo, the red pandas. We'd have to get ladders and get nets and chase them. So it's better now, but it's the same sort of thing. Everybody makes sure the animals are safe and that the staff is too.
Thane, we thank you very much for coming out there in the cold with us and sharing a piece of history with us. Of course, the animals get special care. We're about to get some special care ourselves by heading inside. Reporting live from the Cincinnati Zoo, I'm local 12 meteorologist Scott Dimmich.
Scotty, you're due for some hot chocolate. You have permission to leave. All right, Bob, we'll talk to you soon. Thanks. Paul?